like cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, platinum songwriter, platinum artist, Straight Game TV. Welcome back. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate y'all chiming in with me. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna get right into this one. There's been a lot of rumors, lies, and misinformation in regards to what happened in Vegas as far as Tupac after he was shot. You got people coming on the internet telling these stories about how Tupac was talking to them and trying to communicate with them and all of these other things. And I don't know why people would do that. Like I said, more importantly, when the facts are readily available. But let me clear this up for you right here, right today. And I'm gonna do it like this. Basically, no one followed the mortuary van carrying Tupac's body from the hospital to the morgue. Nobody. The van drove 3 blocks without even being noticed. An autopsy was done the evening of September 13th, 1996, almost immediately following Tupac's death, according to the authorities. And basically, you know, they didn't even give out the coroner's report. It was only one person that had obtained one at that particular time. And basically, she said that there were 6 35mm photos taken during and after the autopsy, and they're on file at the coroner's office along with the autopsy report. You know, according to statements on the 4-page coroner's report, Tupac's body was positively identified by his mother, Afeni. The autopsy determined that Tupac didn't have any illegal drugs in his system. And that was one of the things that people kept running these rumors about. Was it really Tupac, you know, that died? Because, you know, Tupac, no, he wasn't a dope fiend, not a cocaine user, not a heroin user. Tupac drank alcohol and he smoked weed. And so the fact that he didn't have drugs in his system didn't surprise me at all from that perspective. But however, he was heavily sedated, and the drugs that they had gave him to sedate him during his hospital stay is what he had in his system, but no illegal drugs. And basically, Tupac had been shot in his right hand, right hip, and right chest just under his arm. There was an interview done with Afeni afterward, and she stated that her son was not married and he had no children. The coroner investigator, Mr. Ed Brown, he basically wrote in his report that Afeni stated that Tupac A. Shakur was his name, and she was not able to give any more information than that. Afeni, I guess she didn't really feel like talking at that time after being devastated to losing her son, for losing her son in such a tragic way. Basically, check it. After Tupac arrived at the hospital, immediately following the shooting, a trauma center surgeon removed 1 bullet from Tupac's pelvis area. In a conversation with the coroner's investigator, Mr. Ed Brown, at the hospital following Tupac's death, the surgeon told Mr. Brown that Tupac's injuries included a gunshot wound to his right chest with a massive hemothorax and a gunshot wound to his right thigh with a bullet palpable within his abdomen. Tupac also had a gunshot wound to the right finger with a fracture. The preoperative diagnosis was a gunshot wound to the chest and the abdomen and post-operative bleeding, meaning he was bleeding after they had operated on him. And so basically they left 1 bullet in Tupac's body in his chest, and it was not removed during surgery, but during the autopsy. Coroner Ron Flood told the reporter, and it then became evidence after they removed it during the autopsy. So they didn't remove it during the surgery, but they did remove it during the autopsy. I guess during the surgery, it might appear to be life-threatening at that time because they might have thought that Tupac was going to pull through. And then it goes on to say, when Tupac arrived at the hospital trauma center, he was wheeled in to the recovery area and was resuscitated according to advanced trauma life support protocol. So basically, all of those people that told you that Tupac said this and he was that and he was alive and he was trying to talk and he was doing all of these things, when Tupac Shakur arrived at the hospital, Tupac Shakur was clinically dead. They basically had to bring him back to life, in which they did do an advanced trauma life support protocol. And basically, a full trauma activation was called on Tupac. So Tupac was dead when he got to the hospital, and they revived him. And then after they did that, Tupac was placed on life support machines. The 2 liters of blood that had hemorrhaged into his chest cavity were removed. His pulse was very thready, and initially he had a minimal blood pressure, which rapidly declined. He was taken immediately to the operating room for operative intervention and further resuscitation, meaning Tupac was going in and out. He was being basically flatlined, and they were bringing him back. So basically, they were helping Tupac with his fight and trying to keep him alive. And at that time, when doing the operative intervention, that's when his right lung was removed. The report says that Shakur underwent 2 operations. The first started at 6:25 p.m. on September 8th and lasted an hour. The surgery consisted of exploratory procedures. The surgeon noted that it appeared Tupac had some prior surgery for bullet wounds on his upper right chest area. So for the people who were saying that Tupac didn't get shot in New York at Quad Studios, once again, by an independent doctor who had no a dog in that fight, basically confirmed that Tupac had prior surgeries for bullet wounds on his upper right chest area. So that lie that they're pumping out there with that one's debunked too. The second operation at the University Medical Center consisted of ligation of bleeding and the removal of the bullet from his pelvic area. It was done at midnight on September 8th and completed at 2:35 a.m. on September 9th. Tupac was pronounced dead at 4:03 p.m. on September 13th. Dr. James Lovett at University Medical Center, Clark County coroner investigated Mr. Ed Brown again, was called to the hospital at 4:15 p.m. Upon my arrival, Mr. Brown said, I found no apparent life signs and trauma was observed to the right hand, the right hip, the right chest, under the right arm, apparently caused from gunshots. What I find interesting about all of this information, and these are the facts, people, need look no further, just simple facts, is that Tupac Shakur was pronounced dead at 4:03 on the 13th, as we know. The one-page death certificate was filed with the Clark County's Vital Records section by County Coroner Mr. Ron Flood on September 18th, 1996. Dr. Ed Brown with the coroner's office signed the certificate. His mother, Feeney Shakur, made positive identification of Tupac's body at 5 p.m. at the hospital. His body was taken by Davis Mortuary to the morgue 3 blocks away. The autopsy was performed, and the official cause of death was respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest in connection with multiple gunshot wounds. Shakur's this is crazy right here, because this is one of the things that really hit me. So Afeni, I guess she was really upset because it said Tupac's occupation was listed as a rap singer and the company he worked for was shown as Euthanasia in Los Angeles, California. Not Death Row, but Euthanasia. A county seal was stamped on the certificate, making it an official document. And for everybody that you've heard say, yeah, Tupac was this at the hospital, he said that he was trying to know that that's not true. Tupac was basically a flatline. He was dead when he arrived to the hospital, and they brung him back. And he had died a few times, and they brung him back. These are the medical professionals who were actually there and worked on him. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.